Hi. Sorry. There's like a buffer for when I hit the unmute button to when it actually connects. So like I feel the need to say I need to wait a second. And it only does it when it's like on this screen. So it's annoying. Alas. Hermes, what are we doing? Hello, is that a sock? Um so yeah, my dad is gonna bring the van out this week. Because he's gonna come. He's like, I should spend more time with you. I have fun when I'm with you. I'm like, no shit, I'm a delight. And I always give him shit whenever he's does because it's crazy because like it's when I first moved to LA, it took him like a year to actually come and visit me out here. Like I was always the one driving back home. And even then he came out because there's an Italy out here. He found out there was an Italy in LA. That's what took him to come out to LA. There was a time where he came to LA and drove by, like literally drove by and didn't say anything or stop. But he's bringing, I asked him to bring the van out because I need more experience driving it because I've actually never driven it. So like watch it be something really funny where like I drive the van and it literally, Kuna, hold on. Kuna, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. We are now at apparently 50% of our way to the sub goal, but I don't know how that's possible. But thank you. Also, I tried this recipe. So I've heard about this recipe for a very long time, but I'm trying to eat more beans. So these are chickpeas and or garbanzo beans, and they are Marry Me chickpeas. The only thing missing from this is sun-dried tomatoes, but I don't like sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not a big fan of whole tomatoes, so I didn't use any. I just upped the tomato paste. I doubled the tomato paste requirement. And I, instead of doing freshly grated Parmesan, I have shaved Parmesan on it. And then I did over a little bit of rice. It's like half a cup, if that, of white rice. So I can get a little bit more carbs in here. And then a bunch of chopped kale instead of spinach. And you know what? I'm a fucking genius. I don't care that I followed a recipe. Actually, I could use a little bit more salt when I'm thinking about it. And what's perfect is I actually can't wait for tomorrow to eat the leftovers for lunch. Because I know the beans are just going to soak up the sauce so well. So it's from a vegan recipe place, which I've heard from the website that I found. And like there's some seasoning in it, but I do feel like there could have been more seasoning. You know what I'm saying? Like what is it with vegans being afraid of seasoning? Does it just tie back to the white thing? I do know that not all vegans are white. But like, why are we afraid of seasoning? Hermes. There's not even meat here. This isn't protein you're gonna like. Read your book. Remember this month talking about the food here. So for those who don't know, one thing that I kind of wanted, Hermes, get down. You're just being a brat to be a brat. He's very mad at me because it's so hot. We've been doing little potty walks and not walks. And so he's really amped up. Ooh, but you've been sleeping and calm for the last 2 hours. So I don't know what the problem is now. But I thought about doing recipes. And again, I'm not a recipe developer. It's just something that I thought about doing. So I like the idea of a few recipes in there, like for single serving recipes or recipes that freeze really well. Because that is the ultimate hack when you're living alone and you're like trying to like cook and save money and make things still last a long time. Because even like a regular grocery run, even if you're just buying for yourself, stuff can go bad very quickly, especially if you're one person and you're working. So I thought it would be a good idea to have a handful of recipes-ish included in the book for like that freeze well or are good for one servings that actually like can make ingredients last for a while. So, and now he's awake. Yeah. Don't like to use salt for whatever reason, and seasoning is salt adjacent, unfortunately. Your audio was very low. It shouldn't be. Audio should be fine. Have you tried turning up your audio, Jas? will always let you down. And like I know like certain places in Japan, for example, and in a little bit in France, like the ingredients are a big part. So like seasoning is secondary. So like there's not a ton of salt. Because like the ingredients are what's making it up. And like usually it's fine. Like if you go to any ramen, it's very hard to find a bad ramen shop in Japan. Okay? Like it's extremely hard to find a bad one. You have to hunt for bad ramen shops, you know. So it's like there may not be salt in there, but that base, that soup base has been. They started making that at 3 in the morning. It's now 6 p.m. and it's ready for you. You know, like it doesn't matter. You know, really fucked up food culture for decades. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. The mic should not be giving anyone trouble. I can max out the decimal, but then also I'm not talking particularly loudly, okay? I will live in it. I was reading that there's actually going to probably be a bunch of ramen spots that are going to start closing in the next couple of like decade or so because it takes a long time to make. It's not cheap to make because of the amount of ingredients and time and all of that and labor that goes into it. But if your ramen is not affordable because salarymen, the economy, etc. in Japan, no one will go to your shop. So it's like the margins aren't always making sense anymore, you know? I did the perfect amount of rice too, I think. The cannellini beans that I made before, I did that with a similar recipe, but also not similar. And I definitely burnt the onions on those, which I think made the color look crazy. But those were really good, and they were almost like I almost made I ended up accidentally making like almost like a marinara, like bean, like spread basically. And those were way better, like I said, the next day, because I just like let them, they were good that night, pretty good, all things considered. And then the next day I was like, oh, so good. What is killing me is not being able to have toasty baguettes, like sliced pieces of baguette with this. You see, because I'm on my diet, chat, I am not allowing myself to have bread in my home. I can't be trusted. And like that's the thing. So I have impulse control issues because I have an addictive personality because I'm the child of an addict, of an alcoholic, and like alcoholism and addiction runs in both sides of my family. So like I have to be on top of it. And the good news is I'm just addicted to like toasty bread, cheese, disaster bisexuals and media. You know, like I 22 men that go vroom vroom for a job, you know, like there's things that I'm addicted to, and some of them we can deal with, some of them we can't, obviously. Look at how much of my money Formula One has gotten in the last couple of years. But it's so good. No bread, I know. So what's in my home is rice cakes, which are a fraction of the calories of bread. And still give me that crunch. However, I don't want to, because I'm using the rice, I'm still getting carbs, so no one worry about like, Amanda's not eating carbs. It's not what's happening. It's just the bread, I can't be controlled, you know. If I'm hungry and there's bread, I will just stick a piece of bread in the toaster and slather it in butter and salt and call that a snack. And that's probably one of the reasons that I gained 20 pounds in 3 months, okay? So, no bread in the home. No bread in the home. There is a pretzel crawl in my future, okay? Potentially, because I don't know if you guys heard, Universal Studios, they have announced at least 2 new pretzels. I'm doing a pretzel crawl. They have a Shrexel and the Transformitzel for the Transformers ride. And I will be eating both along with their everything seasoning pretzel and probably a plain pretzel for the sake of the bit. So there is bread in my future. I just need to be responsible till that point. What is that? I heard that. What was that? What was that? What is that? Why do you? Okay, whatever. Sure. It's like a. Do you guys remember Ipsy? So like a few of the Ipsy bags I still have, but also sometimes they sponsor events, and so I get handed them at events. So it's an Ipsy bag that I was going to recycle, and he's just gnawing on it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I heard something clink. It was the zipper hitting the floor, and I was like, uh-oh. So good. I do think it could have used a little bit more salt, but because I put so much cheese in here, I think it's fine. Fat Scene and Scott Pilgrim. Bread does not make you fat. Carbs are important. Carbs are important for your brain health, sleep, energy. Certain carbs, though, certain foods, if you acknowledge, hey, I can't enjoy this in a healthy manner, they shouldn't be in your home. For other things for me, Pop-Tarts, Goldfish crackers, anything with red 40 in it, i.e. Swedish fish, red vines, Twizzlers. Can't be in my home. Hermes. Stop. What else? Oreo cookies. Can't have those. Can't have those in my home. I will eat the whole tray. I'll sit there. I'll be like, I'll have 2. And then I'll go back 8 times. And suddenly I've consumed 15 in one sitting. No, that's fair. See, I'm not a flamin' hot person, but Cheeto Puffs, I will fuck with Cheeto Puffs. By the way, there's not even meat in this. Can you fuck off, actually? Like, there's literally, you will have one bite. Can dogs even have garbanzo beans? I don't think so. I think you'd, like, spontaneously combust. What I have gotten, so I can start, if I want something sweet, I'm not, like, going something crazy. I found these quinoa, like, popped quinoa pieces that are covered in like a light layer of chocolate. That's it. That's the only ingredients. Quinoa pops and chocolate. And they're like little clusters. I wish the calorie count was better, but alas, they're a good little snack. Gets the feeling out of like, I need something sweet. You know what I'm saying? I also got dark chocolate covered freeze-dried strawberries chunks, which I haven't cracked those open yet. I've been making my way through the quinoa crisp. Can you calm the fuck down? My lord. Mayu is continuing to bring up Zaboomafoo. Hey, what does it say about my childhood development that while I was watching Zaboomafoo, I would actually get agitated and felt like they were lying to me because I could tell when it was the puppet and when it was the actual lemur? Because, you know, there was 2. There was, like, the actual Zaboomafoo lemur that was an actual lemur, and then there was the character Zaboomafoo that was a puppet. What does it say about my childhood development that I could tell the difference and it agitated me? I was like, that's not the same animal. What's happening? I have apples, but that's more work, and there's no chocolate on those. Seppuku. It's called having a sweet treat available to you. I also have a thing of bananas, and I told myself I would eat them all. That was a lie. So now I'm just letting the 3 remaining ones continue to over-ripen so I can make my healthy banana bread oat bars that everyone tells me look like bricks when I make them. Can you calm the fuck down? Let's just not do all that, you know? There's no need. I love you, but you see, we're being crazy. See that? See how he's trying to look cute, like he wasn't just screaming at me? I'm in an abusive relationship with my dog. He's abusing me. This is emotionally unstable. Untenable, even. You know? I'm being gaslit. You're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me. I'm being gaslit. So the Wildcats, when they were talking about bats that used unprompted, he told me. My father told me, and also told me I wasn't allowed to tell other kids. So my parents, I'm gonna kick you out if you don't stop. Actually, I need you to calm down. It's out of hand. So I figured out Santa wasn't real in 3rd or 4th grade, I think, because my parents asked me to get something from the glove compartment, and I found a receipt for like a new mouse for my computer or something that they told me Santa got me. And I saw my parents' signature on the bottom, and I was like, so lies also exist. No. However, being the little psycho I was like, but Santa gets me good shit, so I should not tell them that I know. So, unfortunately, that did lead to my mother I don't speak to. I was going to say parent. My mother gleefully telling my friends in middle school that I believed in Santa till 7th grade, which is not true. But she was so thrilled to tell my friends that she had pulled one over on me for that long. Oh, okay. Like, the fact that she believed it even, I feel, says a lot about her character. And the fact that she used it as a gotcha in front of my friends to make me look like a loser, I think says more. So, yeah, the plan did backfire on me. But it did help on the few occasions where I did burst into tears on Christmas Day, because I counted and my little brother, got more toys than me. It did help on those occasions. It did help. Yeah, you guys, there's multiple reasons I don't speak to this woman. The jumping into frame to bark at me is funny as fuck. God. Ow. Your nails. It's like 12 or maybe a little older, but also I have a weird relation to Santa because when I was a child, I thought God and Santa. I also watched way too many of those movies where it's like Santa's totally real, like an actual character in it. And I was like, so we're just lying to people. Interesting. What else did I do? I'm doing a test for the Can Lions video today, by the way. Which thumbnail did you guys get if you watched today's video? It's fine if you didn't. I just want to know which thumbnail you got, because there's 3 thumbnails. It's doing fine. It's 7 out of 10, which I'm fine with. It's like in the pocket of performance. And my friends that went to the event, and I shared it on LinkedIn and stuff, so it's like one of those like it'll be fine type of things. Is the thumbnail I saw. Okay, interesting. You holding a bunch of badges. The badges one makes the most sense because that's the most in line with all of my content. So there's one in front of so there's one of me draped on the statue. That photo is in the base of one of the badge photos. The other one is me in front of the Tubi booth because they had hands holding up the curtains. And I thought that was a really cool design. I also thought it kind of looked like someone pulling ass cheeks apart, and I thought that was funny. And so that's the other thumbnail version. The test version is not the ass cheeks one. The test version is the one without my giant face, and it's just me draped in front of the Can Lions sign. So I'm gonna see how it would do. I got the tents and badges. Did you think it looked like butts? What did you think? Let's watch the members earlier last night. Okay, Kona. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I got the one of a man in front of the Cannes Lions text sign and lounging. There we go. Doing the motion is diabolical. Well, like it's a really cool because they have it like literally like hands are revealing Tubi to you, which is really smart. And it's, you know, I think it was I have the mind of a gutter rat, so. So, guys, YouTube has A/B testing for thumbnails and titles. You can do thumbnails or titles only, or thumbnails and titles. This is only on thumbnails. I usually only do thumbnails. Gives you the ability to A/B test 3 thumbnail options. I wish it measured click-through rate per thumbnail. It doesn't. It measures watch time ratio. However, it's usually irrelevant because my videos are goated. Okay? My watch time is fucking stellar. My watch time is above average, okay? So I know you're going to watch 70% of the video at the very least, okay? So it's a useless metric for me in particular, and I wish it was a different metric. I wish they let us decide which metric it was measuring, because the metric I want to know is which video did it show to them, and then what actually, if they clicked on that, or if they clicked on a different one. Like, for example, I sometimes get a thumbnail on this computer or on my phone, but when I pull it up on my TV, someone else's video, I get a totally different thumbnail. Danny's video, Danny Gonzalez, his most recent video on Zillow, I believe, I get totally different thumbnails depending on which device I'm on. Mine had you holding badges and also the blue hands up in the drapes. Okay, so the me holding up badges is the same in the two, and then the other one doesn't have me zoomed in. I wanted to see how it would do without me zoomed in, you know? Kylie, I made Marry Me chickpeas. It's a recipe from a vegan website that I found, with a little bit of rice, and instead of spinach, I used kale. And honestly, slaps. I'm actually excited to eat this tomorrow because I know the leftovers, when they're in the fridge, it's just gonna suck up all that flavor. These actually would probably freeze really well. I should do a test sample and freeze some of them. Because I feel like beans freeze well. What else is going on right now? Oh. So I did a TikTok about this. I'm probably going to write about this also more because I really want to write about the Anime Expo speed dating. Because I do feel like there's a way to do it and have it be done well, and I think that's a good Substack post for me to write. By the way, apparently at like midnight last night, I was number 50 rising in business on Substack. So my little I'm writing every day on Substack experiment, instead of writing my outline, which I'm gonna do, Sparkly. I'm totally gonna write my Substack. I'm totally gonna write it. I mean, my outline, my outline is totally gonna get finished. For those of you that are just joining, I owe Courtney and my manager an outline, a finished outline at least of my Going It Alone book. Or I owe them both $200 each. Because I was supposed to get them that in March. And I don't know if you know this, it's July. So, Freudian slip. Are you linking your Substack to your LinkedIn? Yes, I am. When it's relevant. If it's like a silly one, like last night I wrote about the importance, why I think you should be personalizing your luggage, which is, you know, that's just a small one. I wanted to write about that. There's no paywall on that one if you wanted to go check it out. It's very short. I just wanted to write something short and small because I had to edit yesterday, and today's video is a beast, so I had to finalize the 40+ minute edit. And it, like the importance of like why you should the reasons and why I think it's fun to do so and things like that. So I've not touched the fiction book, any of them, in many a moon. If anything, I keep coming up with new ideas that I need to write. And unfortunately, when I tell people that, they're like, well, if you just ask Claude to help you, and then I kind of want to hit them in the face. So, because again, it's not about doing it fast. It's about having a story in your heart. Sorry, I'm choking on a garbanzo bean. So yeah, and like that's the thing. Every time I tell people like, oh, I'm working on this book or I'm working on another book, whatever. The going it alone book I think is extremely relevant right now. My team also agrees, especially with the rise of women not wanting to date and also the economy situation, all that, the loneliness epidemic. We think it's a good time for me to be writing this and for it to be coming out. So I need to get it done, and I have many a thought. I have many a thing to talk about. Hitting across the street is crazy. A wild concept. I know. It's almost like I don't need a machine to think for me. And it's so funny because every once in a while I'm like, I do get, it's not imposter syndrome. I'm just kind of like, you know, like, well, that sucks. That would have been cool. You know, when I see like creator friends of mine or like people I follow getting cool opportunities for like sporting events or Cannes Lions and things like that. And the consistent thread through all of them is they have to talk about the AI. And I'm like, oh, that's the reason, you know, why I'm not there and why I will never be there, is because I openly shit talk AI, you know? And that's fine and dandy, you know? It's the price of having a spine, you know? But alas, it is a bummer to see cool opportunities only being done with companies shilling their AI, you know? Yes. Someone asked if I've done an event book yet, like a book on how to throw an event, and I was like, no, but like also there's so many different types of events. I've covered so many different events, And he suggested, and very earnestly, he also was recommending that this. He is a good guy. This is just truly how his brain is. He also was encouraging me to. He was going to recommend me to his agent, actually, his book agent. He suggested I put all of my videos, my event videos, into ChatGPT, and have it pull everything from the videos to pull out the major event points and write the book for me from that. And he said it in the most helpful tone ever. He truly believes that is a good thing to do and that it would be something that I should be doing. So I don't love it, but unfortunately that is the state that a lot of these business types are in right now, is they really don't see it as a destruction of creativity. They do see it as a tool. And in his defense, he does see it as, it's not doing the creativity for me. It's doing the work of going through my over 700 video backlog and pulling out the relevant anecdotes, which, like, sure, not gonna do it, but I can understand why he got to that point, you know? You should really get in on it. Yeah. And like the thing is I love research. I really do. I love having a question and trying to find an answer, you know? Does it take time? Not using AI? Yes. But you know what? My brain, when I'm 80, will thank me for that. But Amanda's personal recall. Yeah. It's funny because I can always tell, like, I know AI knows things about me. So, like, someone will ask ChatGPT instead of Google a question, and it'll give my name as an answer. Like, oh, if you want to find the video on 432 Park Avenue, Swell Entertainment offered a bounty for it, and a viewer found it for her. She then shared it publicly. Therefore, I have the video, you know. someone else, she knows not to talk to me about AI, but I do think she asked AI because I do know that she uses it as like a research tool. Um, she said that the interwebs told her that I knew I was connected to a certain creator, but she didn't know how I was connected to the creator. And so I'm fairly certain it's AI because anyone who knows how I know this person, past just the fact that we follow each other, um, would probably be asking an AI, you know? So, Taylor, from the tech side of things, they need us to be addicted to AI because they have invested all of their money, all of their debt into AI being widely adopted. AI is not profitable across the board. None of the AI is. Regardless of what they say their numbers are, they are burning more than that on tokens, okay, to actually run the AI. They need mass adoption so that the AIs will get smarter. And in the case of OpenAI, they truly believe that once the AIs do become like truly autonomous supercomputer beings, they can then ask it how to make it profitable. Okay. If we don't all adopt it, the entire economy crashes. If the economy doesn't crash, though, the planet crashes. Okay. Either by water consumption, you know, pollution of the planet, or humans becoming so outrageously dumb, we literally stop functioning as a species. I'm sorry. I do think the economy crashing is the better option. I don't like it. We will 100%, people will die because of it. Okay. But unfortunately, it is an either or at this point, I feel. Yeah, they also truly believe that, like, we will all become so dependent on it mentally that we can't think for ourselves. Like, again, it's like going to college. The rich people are sending their kids to college, but they're telling you that college is a waste of time. You know? Like, if you read Careless People, which is the book from former head of policy at Facebook and then Meta, that Zuckerberg literally tried to sue her. She can't promote her book in the United States. Like, she was nominated for an award and they literally had to blur out the cover of her book for the award when she was getting it because of Zuckerberg's like lawsuits. And I do recommend reading it. There's a lot of things that I have notes on, i.e., she witnessed all these atrocities and all these things and she still stayed. It wasn't even like she fully left. She was kind of forced out due to a harassment situation, which was bad. But even then, it's like she tried to report it and they still forced her out. And that was like the end point of other harassment that she just kind of was like, yeah, this thing happened. And then all these other instances of like, it's a whole thing. But she talks about Sheryl Sandberg, who is the lean in lady, okay? She never lets her kids on Instagram or Facebook. They talk about McDonald's to seem relatable, but like her kids can't eat McDonald's, you know? And it's like, it's for thee, not for me type of thing, you know? Judging, Sarah Wynne Williams for like wanting to fly economy instead of being on the private jet. And then when there was a plane crash, she openly was like, oh my God, we were supposed to be on that plane. And it's like, no, you weren't. You were going to fly private. You were flying private the whole time. You never had a commercial ticket. What are you talking about? But she posted on Facebook how thankful she is that they weren't on that plane. You know, like it's the same shit. It's like, these people, are they using AI the same way? Some of them, you see them, they're actively having psychosis. Angela Collier, she's a great video on vibe physics and how a bunch of these like rich billionaires think that they are literally cracking physics with the help of AI. Like, they're literally reaching the bounds of what physics knows and that it's gonna beat physics. That this random rich dude having a conversation with ChatGPT thinks he's gonna break physics. It's like, well, no, it's not how that fucking works. Oh, my LMM physics is harrowing to We have a new Reddit page to look at. Why did I spell Reddit with 1D? Okay. Nope. LLM. Is it LMS or LLM? Wait, where did it go? Oh. Physics. What if thing is actually other thing? Humorous. Abstract current models fail to account for thing. We propose that thing is not thing, but it is in fact other thing. And that is the distinction that has been overlooked. A framework is developed in which thing emerges naturally from other thing under conditions. This resolves problem and has implications for field. I don't know if you wrote this to sound like an AI or if you had an AI write this, but this is unfortunately extremely, oh god, like that made my haunches sit on edge because that's why. LLM physics. It makes me think about that one executive who asked AI for classified files and it just pulled up the wiki for SCP. I hate everything. I liked, so in my customer service video, AI customer service bots, I got infinite factor sex. I just wanted you guys to know that I'm still here. The stresses created through repeated communication with current AI systems are exhausting. When you add learning physics from scratch to that, it's a bit of a struggle. Undoubtedly, I haven't ceased learning, nor have I stopped building the foundations of my big toe. Good job, Miss C MCD. Just been super busy with work. We'll get back ASAP whether you like it or not. Tongue out emoji. Oh my god, someone published their paper under the name Anonymous. Why hot pizza burns our mouth. A rigorous thermodynamic and biophysical analysis of oral thermal injuries. This is definitely written with AI, no? God, I want someone to fact check this. I can't look at the equations. I can't factor in those equations. Angela! Would Angela know? What if gravity has a non-local component and dark energy is a particle with negative mass? It may not have been published. It looks like just have been written with LaTeX, the markdown language standard for physics papers. That makes it look fancy and published. Oh, I don't think it was published. I think he published it to Reddit. Let's see. I just, you know. Wow, Love and Deep Space is officially withdrawn from Billy Billy World. God, what if this ends with them bringing Valko back? I'll be shocked. Oh my god! Is she 4 for 4? Is she 5 for 5? Okay, Colombia has been eliminated from the World Cup by Switzerland after falling victim to VTuber Essie's curse. Guys, there is a VTuber named Essie. Okay, people are convinced she is a jinx, and that any team she roots for will be eliminated from the World Cup. She's 4 for 4 right now. She puts a jersey on her VTuber for the match. That team loses. Every team she's supported has been eliminated. She's too powerful. Dude, it's funny as fuck. Colombia fans were begging her to stop. They were like, please don't. No. And they were just eliminated an hour ago. Wait. Hold on. Oh my god. VTuber SE. My Colombia friend has a word with her. Oh my god. And fans are begging her to stop. I can't. Must be so sad. Please support Argentina next. If Colombia gets knocked out next, we need to officially study her as a scientific phenomenon. And then she was. Oh my god, she's not 4 for 4, she's 5. Brazil, Mexico. Is she 5 for 5? The United States, like, is she? Oh my god. She literally posted bro when Colombia got out. Oh my god. Yeah, United States, Portugal, Mexico, Brazil, all got out. And then now Colombia. That's, I'm so sorry. The idea of a cute anime girl character streamer being the jinx of the World Cup is a more powerful jinx than Donald Trump. I'm sorry, that's really funny. English friends light up. I knew nothing good was happening, LOL. I don't want to curse Egypt, but I want them to win. Please, Egypt, please. I think Egypt survived, yes? Girl, just stop posting. Egypt is in still, right? How did Egypt do? Guys, they're down 1. Okay, wait, this doesn't say final. Why does it not say final? No, now it does. Okay, full time. Yeah, God, they did lose to Argentina. God, so she's 6 for 6? Guys. Girl, you gotta stop tweeting about teams. You gotta stop. Okay, wait, no, she did put... I take it back, there can be only one Messi. She did put on a Messi jersey. But she did post 8 hours earlier that she actually wanted Egypt to win. And then she put on the Argentina jersey. But she really wanted... See, so it doesn't matter the jersey, it's who she wants to win. The curse can't be deceived. Oh. Back on the Red Sox? Maybe. Let's see. 6 for 6 is crazy. 6 for 6 got 7 for 7. Who's she rooting for next? She just can't tweet. She needs to stop watching the World Cup, I fear. Hey, Herm. You got his legs. He can't see. God, the chickpeas are stuck in my throat. Let's see. The child, he slumbers, he does. Results of the Egypt game was contentious, so she almost tricked the curse. Gosh, she needs to not post. It's one of the football VTubers out there, and this is the law of large numbers thing. I don't think so. All right, let's... I'm looking for a video. Keep your child is keep the inner thoughts inside. You don't want everyone to know your motion. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to have motion. You don't want to announce the motion. I do believe that sharing things, building in public, exposure is a net good if you're trying to do stuff. But when it comes to the sports, very superstitious. I don't know how I'm curious. Have there been studies about the superstitious of at least players across major sports? Like which sport has the most superstitious players? My money's on baseball. I have never met a baseball player that wasn't superstitious as fuck, okay? That didn't have like some ritual, or they'll be like, I'm not into all that woo-woo crap. I just wear the same underwear every time I'm gonna be hitting. They're one of those dudes where they're like, I'm not superstitious, but they totally are, Tennis? Maybe. I feel like hockey maybe, but I feel like hockey, God, now I have another thing I gotta do. I gotta study more. I gotta interview more players. I feel like, what do you think would be a good data set? 20 players from each sport? Think that's a good data set? That would mean I would have to interview every single Formula One driver, basically. A literature review. No, I don't want to. I literally want to ask current and former athletes. Like maybe 20 and at least 5 are retired, maybe. So they can look at it with hindsight of each sport. The Japanese baseball teams. I love Japanese. Japan does baseball better than us. I went to a Giants game while I was in Japan, and it was fun as fuck. They beat us. Having cheerleaders is fucking brilliant, and they're adorable. The drink girls, incredible, very sweet. And you know what? It is nice to not be screamed at by someone selling a hot dog. Would be an original scientific paper, not a review. Have used the same gloves for years and have to have them repaired like every game. Interesting in talking to someone. Someone did their PhD on this. Psychological consequences of superstitions in sports. Patrick Ofori. Plays lots of baseball. Another, not a study. I kind of want to do a documentary on this. I really want to do a documentary finding athletes that are playing sports overseas, like full time, basically. So like, or even part time, because I know a lot. Like what used to happen for the WNBA, it's not super common anymore. Is when they weren't playing for the WNBA, they would immediately get on a plane to go play basketball in Russia and other countries because they'd make more money playing overseas. And like I'm extremely curious about that. I found this girl on TikTok a while ago, and people were making fun of her because she wasn't playing hockey. This was like really before the PWHL like really took off. So she might be playing here now. But she was playing hockey professionally in China full time. And like her housing was covered. She lived not far from the rink. She could go to practice all the time. She could go to the rink whenever she wanted. Then she would go to the game. Her meals were covered. Like it was like a really, like she was like, everyone in the comments was like, holy fuck, should I be playing hockey? Like it was an interesting video, and I know there's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of like jokes about like I could be playing ball overseas for men and such. And so I'm very curious about you know, how that would play out if I like went and actually sought out these athletes in other countries. I would need funding, but yeah. Alexander, do you have the title? I don't think we allow links on the YouTube chat. Oh, the chat's not working for me. Love that. Cool. Sorry, hang on. This thing is being weird. Switch account. For the ad break, lol. Cheerleaders now. I was surprised to see we have a bunch of tool mascots that race every game. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can read chat on this. Why are you not? I don't know why chat's not pulling up. There it is. Just baseball superstition. Gotcha. See, the smartest thing I've been doing lately, by the way, because I always have a notebook open because streaming, because I talk too much. But what I do is I do on the right-hand side, I do my schedule for the day. And then on the left-hand side, I leave it blank because I need it for scratch paper, basically. And without fail, I end up filling up the page by the end of the day. Just because, like, whether it's you guys, an article, a tweet, something that I just want to remember, I just write it down. Sauce Boss, I will ban you. Why are we talking Sigma shit? Talk like an adult in chat. Have you talked about AX 2026 more? Friend went and had thoughts. I have. I posted a video about the speed dating because because a lot of people are talking about the speed dating event because it was like 45 guys and like maybe 3 girls that went. Okay, probably would have been more. And so a lot of people are saying like, yeah, why would they be in this room at speed dating at Anime Expo when they could be at the lads booth looking at the tall, chiseled cosplayers that are dressed like their favorite characters from Love and Deep Space? And they're mostly doing it as seemingly like digs at the men that went to speed dating. Like, why would they be in this smelly room with losers when they could be with cosplayers dressed as fictional characters, you know? Which they're all there's a bunch of cosplayers in that room either way. And it's not even so much that, because like there's plenty of people that would actually, I know so many people that have met their partners at anime expos and conventions and such. It's a good way to meet people because you're meeting people that are into similar things with you. You already know you have a hobby in common. It's actually a really great way to meet people. I can't do that because too much of my audience goes to these events. So I will not be dating in the convention scene. But there's I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's like oh, what's this? I think the event was planned horribly. And also I think the problem with doing a speed dating event at Anime Expo is what your competition is. And it's not the lads, guys, it's Anime Expo. Let's say I'm not me and I'm not making money off of going to this event, because I do. You go to this event, you spend close to $300, if not more, to buy your ticket. Let's say you traveled, you're transported, you're paying for parking if you're not paying for the metro, okay? You have 4 days to cover this massive convention center. There's so many people, there's so many panels, there's so many booths. A bunch of companies that are never at anime conventions are now here, and you have all of your favorite interests that you want to try and see panels for, get merch from, go to the artist alley and suffocate down there while looking for, you know, merch of your favorite characters. Why would I then go and spend any time in a dark room meeting a bunch of guys? Even with the current state of dating, that does not sound appealing. Even if there's a possibility we have the same interests. If anything, my stress levels would be higher because I would be convinced that these are this would be a conglomerate of the incel dudes that I'm afraid of running into on dating apps, you know? And again, the event itself was run horribly, truly. Like, to do this as a free-for-all, like, hey, we're doing speed dating, and to not have reserved slots, I think is dumb. This dark chunk of hair under my ear is going to drive me, like this whole patch just being so dark is going to continuously drive me insane. To not have it be reserved so that you can control the ratio is stupid. I guarantee you there was probably maybe 10 more women that were like, oh, this will be fun, let's go check it out. But when they walked up to the booths, the room for speed dating, they saw the line of men and the very few women in line, and immediately were like, absolutely the fuck not, we're not going. Or they saw the room full of men and said, we're not going in there, and left. Ratios are important for speed dating events. Any singles events. My other friend was pickpocketing the artist alley. Skill issue. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. An Ashby moment like possessed me. I am sorry. But also, how are we getting pickpocketed in the artist alley? Like, actually, like pickpocketed how? Phone, wallet. Why is our wallet in our pocket? Like in a crowded convention center, you know? Like, I'm sorry, but also we can avoid this, you know? Convention circuit is interesting. It's not too comfy meeting the cosplayers. No, no one is. They all froze. She froze, which is extremely funny. If she was in chat the other day while we were talking about this. AnimeCon speed dating has a bit of a bad rep as well. So many people on Twitter are recounting their experiences. It's not even just Anime Expo. It's just like conventions in general. It's not the players, but I found a paper that interviewed 600 plus fans and found out that men's pro baseball, pro football, football, and college basketball, and the highest number of superstitions, 2.08 with college football, at the least. All fairly similar, examining the superstitions of sports fans. See, that's fans though. I want to know about players. My library to get the PDF. Okay, good to know. Phone and cash. Understand my friend shouldn't have had $300 in cash on her. Again, I want, like, when I say I want everyone to be smarter, I'm not just talking about digital scams. $300, was it in her pocket? Like, what are we doing? How did they see the $300? Did she pay for something in the artist alley and then pocket it and someone saw that? Also, I'm sorry, this is a death grip in my hand at any given moment. If it's in my pocket, it's for 5 minutes. If not, it's in my bag, which is sealed under my arm. Yeah, so they just wanted the phone. The cash was just secondary then. Yeah. I am sorry this happened. But if it was was it a back pocket situation? And I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed face. Well, it's like, I don't know this person, you know, and like, I know this sounds harsh, but like, they're like, pickpocketing is something in modern day that I am shocked still happens, especially in the United States. This is not Europe. Punch someone. I'm sorry. If someone, like, I remember when the discussion was happening about pickpocketers in Europe, going after American tourists and getting their shit rocked. If you steal my phone or my wallet or my passport, I'm caving your skull in. You're not, I'm traveling alone. I'm in a foreign country. You're not taking my lifeline or my ability to protect myself or get myself home. I'm beating your ass. Like it's really that simple, you know? See, my boobs aren't big enough for a bra wallet, unfortunately. Has anyone actually made a bra wallet? That's not just like literally your bra. Bra wallet. Other than that one woman that makes like upcycled stuff. They have the hooks. That's not the same thing. They do the hooks. Secret stash undercover bra. What is this one? Yeah, see, they do like wallets that you could hook into your bra. That's not the same thing. Guys, new invention. I'm making the bralette. Not the bralette. The bralette. The wallet bralette. No, bralette is spelt differently. If they have gun bras, they have wallet bras. It's not even like a gun bra. There again, it's the same thing. It's like it's an add-on to your bra. It's not a specialty bra, which is why the specialty bra would 100% be like a limited run gimmick for like a store. By the way, I did make sure. So I have a domain name for a shop name that I own that I still want to do at some point. I will see if I ever do it. Because I have many an idea for a product. So like just having like a one product line. I still think I need to make deodorant, chat. I might white label some deodorant. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Because I know exactly how to market deodorant to gamers and con goers. In my brain, there's commercials, there's digital first commercials in my brain that I know would drive clicks. I just know it. I know it so fully in my soul. I wouldn't call it Swell Entertainment, Chad. If anything else I do going forward, by the way, Swell Entertainment is not going to be the word swell is not going to be attached to anything. We're bringing my podcast back, by the way. It's going to be different. We're changing the name. It's not going to be Swell Shenanigans anymore. It's going to be something else. Anything I do, I need to get away from the word swell, because Swell Entertainment is Swell Entertainment. And I think that's the overall issue. You know, it's fine. It's dandy. Swell Entertainment's locked and loaded. Oh, can I tell you guys the dumb idea I had? I'm not gonna do this, but I did think about it as a means of keeping things out of the landfill, okay? So I am downsizing my stuff and I'm going through everything, okay? And I'm recycling a lot of clothes that I can't resell or send off to ThredUp, okay? And there's things that you just can't donate, okay? Dirty socks are... Old socks are one of those things. They're not dirty, they're old. And so for a split second, I was like, God, it would be really funny to see how much money I could make doing a bidding listing, an auction listing on eBay for a sack of Swell Entertainment's used socks and just kind of see what happened. In an effort to keep the sock remnants out of the landfill. I'm extremely curious what would happen. No, I don't want to sell them individually. That's too much fucking work. I'd rather do a sack or maybe 3 or 4 sacks, because there's quite a few I need to get rid of. I buy my socks in bulk. So I think it would be really, really funny to do one, done, the end. I just don't think credit cards stashed between the girls is going to feel too comfy. I mean, they already are. It's not going to be between... You wouldn't put the credit card here. I have B cups. I can't even do that. I would wonder the different colors would sell differently. They're mostly white. Swell Entertainment used sock vending machine, limited drop. The auction will pay for therapy. The auction will pay for credit card debt. You know, it would be... You know what? I think it would be so funny. And also, I think if I advertised it, I do think I would get media write-ups. So, like, think of the PR. Think of the PR. Hey, Amanda, a YouTuber wanted to launch a new business, but she needed capital. So she decided to tap into a subset of her audience, the Gooners. And she is selling her used, clean socks to the highest bidder in an effort to help the planet and keep them out of the landfill and make a little money while doing it. Gamer girl sock sack. They wouldn't be clean, guys. It's just old socks. They're in the drawer. I just don't wear them anymore because there's holes in shit. So they're visibly worn. My washing machine does not work very well on socks. They are like clearly worn socks. They're not clean. They're not like brand new socks. They are very visibly have been on my feet. I'm asking for a raise. We're not selling socks, although I do think... See, like, there's certain things that I do think I should be selling at this point for the shop. Not socks. I mean, dead ass. Well, like, I also think that me selling, like, conventions, like, socks specifically for conventions that are, like, low-key compression socks, but also have, like, extra padding on the bottom for, like, long con days, I actually think is, like, brilliant. And I do think I should find out how to do that. That being said, I should be selling a clear bag. There should be a Swell Entertainment or my brand clear bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like not ugly as shit, you know? The sack of socks would sell for 100K and wind up on the display of the Goon Museum. Is there a Goon Museum? Have you ever tried darning them? Saves. They're not worth the money. They're not good wool socks. They're cheap ass socks that I got from Amazon in bulk most of the time. And then there's like novelty socks. Like I have some Bigfoot socks in there that I got from like I just need to go through them. I need to go through them and make a pile of what's salvageable and what needs to just be. I need to give up on them, you know? We've got questions and doubts. Alas, not valid ones, so. Speaking of, has anyone set up deodorant booth at a con? Usually artists will sell, like they literally make a sticker. They're basically white labeling, which is so funny. They just buy a bunch of like cheap deodorant from like a Walgreens and then they make their own like con specific like Miku sticker or something. And it's like Miku's deodorant or whatever. And then they sell that or give them out. My dog bid a 10K for my socks on eBay, so the stag would go crazy. I'm sure there are subreddits with readily available buyers. They also make good cleaning rags if you're looking to reuse stuff. OMG, wait, would you partner with blank for the deodorant? You bleeped out. I don't want to partner with anyone. Guys, I want to make my own company. I want to give myself more work. I want money. I want control. I want to be the arbiter of people not smelling like absolute asshole in their armpits in a convention while in cosplay. I want body mists that smell not like Axe body spray. I want it all. You guys broke out goblin mode, Amanda. See, this is why sometimes I don't tell you guys business ideas, because y'all get annoying. Oh, the Green Brothers store. Gotcha. I don't think they like me. I'm fairly certain those two don't like me. I have no real evidence for this. It's just a theory. A game theory. No, I'm kidding. Modern day Veruca Salt. In the Schmeagle. You guys forget, I am a businesswoman. I was raised by two people in sales. Every day, the leftyism fights the capitalist goblin in my brain. Okay, this is a choice I make for the betterment of society. My empathy overrides my greed. Okay. The World Cup and the amount of BO I smelled. Wow, I kept using body spray on me and kept reapplying deodorant. See, basically, so for deodorant, what I would think is valuable is basically doing the Vacation Inc. route. Vacation Inc., for those of you who don't know, changed the game for sunscreen, okay? They didn't change the formula. They don't have some groundbreaking, it's all mineral, da-da-da-da. Nothing like that. They literally had special they still have sunscreen, but they have special packaging that basically makes it feel like you're on a beach summer trip your whole year round, sexy 80s beach vibes, and people literally post it in their photo dumps. Like they're at the pool and they're taking photos with their aesthetic sunscreen. And I'm thinking that that's something similar for in that same vein, but specifically targeting con goers and gamers. Full clip made. Let me. Oh God. Like, okay, do you know about Simone Yetch's store? Do you guys know about that store? Hold on, I'll pull it up in a second. She's literally an inventor, but like, what was I gonna do? Pull up Twitch. That's right. I don't have Twitch open. I'm so bad at my job. God. See, this is my problem. I'm just all over the place. Deodorant shaped waifu. So like one ad that I think would work really, really well. I'm turning you guys on the game. This is a social first commercial. You guys would see this playing when you open up a YouTube video. Guy's all nervous, maybe a little awkward looking at a convention. He's in line for a meet and greet. He goes up to the table. He gets a photo. I'm thinking a hot, super hot actress, super hot voice actor. I think we could get a voice actor for a reasonable price, okay? Gets a photo with her, okay, smile, and then she just goes, "You smell really good, by the way." And then it cuts to him gleefully grinning, and then deodorant. Because everyone loves when you smell good. And I think that would work. I think that would work. I think that would work so well. It's not about being sexy on a horse. It doesn't need to be. You don't need to smell like Old Spice. You don't need to be a centaur. You really just gotta talk to them where they're at, okay? Hang on, let me watch the clip. I want to see the clip. I'm incorporating my deodorant company for this ad right now. Trademark, trademark, trademark. Amanda wants more, dear God. Oh, thank you, Sunny, for clipping the clip of Hermes jumping into frame, because I didn't realize we clipped that. That's really funny. But yeah, let me pull up Yetz. Yetch Studio, that's what they call it, Yetch. So it has all the shops. So I want to show you guys this. This is what I picture for like my store, because I don't want a one thing. I have too many ideas. So I like the idea that I have for the store. I'm not telling you what it is, because I could do many a thing with it. Okay. Oh, too big. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me show you. We're not getting a mystery unlocked. So like this is the start. Want to look at them, rotates them. Okay, bestsellers. So like see how there's a bunch of different inventions that she's done, like the all edges puzzle, spool table, and like there's a variety of different things here. There's a lot of different prices here. We got $34.99. We've got only $7. I feel like this should be more money. You've sold at least 12 of them. Fascinated by the cost. $700 seems almost. This is a lamp and a chair, by the way. Like, no, it's $700. That seems like it could be more. This is the laundry chair. It's on pre-order, so it's $1,100. Okay. She went very viral for this one. This is the everyday goal calendar, and so it's a literal electric calendar that you can reset every year. And basically, it is like a board that helps you track how consistent you are, or you can use it as a calendar. Like, there's all these things you can do with it. She's got, what else? We've got another edge piece, Summer Day at the River. We got Birthday Heist on the Hillside. Oh, this is the coat hanger. It's a foldable hanger so that if you have like a bar against the wall, you can fold it and still fold all your clothes and take up less space. The patch cap, she said this sold really poorly. And I'm wondering if it's the colorways. I remember seeing a video she posted when this first came out about how it was the worst performing launch she's ever had. Because basically it's a hat that like you can add patches to and just like literally stick things to the entirety of the hat. So like you literally can add like little things like this. She has like obviously her toolkits and things like that. But I always thought this was interesting. It comes with all of these sticker packs so you can like basically load up all your stuff with stickers. And she said it performed like she literally made a video being like, guys, this is the worst launch we've ever had. Like, what about it is not it? I wonder if it's the colors. It does look kind of, the material does look cheap, but it's for function. See, if this was a green, I feel like it would have done better. It's kind of like a weird green, but I don't know. Better with color blocking? Yeah. Like, people did buy it. Like, a handful of people bought it. They did do patches. But I'm wondering how many people did it after she posted that, you know? Yeah, see, I hate a flat bill, but I understand why you would do a flat bill for this type of project. You know what I'm saying? But like, see, this is like the type of thing that I would like to do. Like, I like the idea of a shop that is like a bunch of different things, you know? Like the screwdriver ring is very fun. There's also a screw ring. The build dice, if you ever don't know what to build, you know? Like, I like the idea of a bunch of different little products that like are all designed by the same person, you know? Me. I think that's fun, you know? Because you can do apparel with this, i.e. righty-tighty. Guys, I need the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey crew neck. I didn't know that existed. I think I need it. That's funny as fuck. I'm dyslexic. I think I need it. Guys, I think I need the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey crew neck. I'd like to open. Yeah, see, that's what I like about it. Like, it's not like there's a curation because it's one person, but like the products are like, oh, I want this, therefore I made it, and that's how my brain also works. The same with my content, you know? Like these are all button coasters. This is a 4-pack. This is fun. Sparkly, what if I made badge coasters? What if I made badges into coasters? I'm trying to think of how that would work. Like a thicker con badge. So like you literally, if you wanted to hang them on your wall or something, you literally could hook lanyards to them and hang them. Could come with lanyards. Could be fun. For fake events, yeah. Fake convention coasters. Tires for coasters that stored your little girly pop go car. I'm hearing thoughts. I'm thinking thoughts. God, what was it? I came up with something. What I also have, I have many an idea for bag charms that are like functional. I love a bag charm for funsies, but like in real life for travel and stuff, I really like a functional bag charm. Like a bag charm that looks cool, but also holds a purpose. So like I got a keychain with a microfiber tower from REI, okay? I don't like the little charm that it comes with, like because it's not a charm, it's literally just a sack with the REI logo and then the things inside. And I'm like, God, there's got to be a better way to make like the actual sack casing for it that is functional. I also like ones that are like, you know, same thing with like an AirPods holder or an earbuds case, you know, things like that. Little small things like that, but alas, one thing at a time. Anyways, this is what I think of when I think of my things. Small and useful charms for the clear event bag would be pretty legit, right? Also, there is something that I also want to make as a keychain, at least for myself. Because can I be honest? I saw someone get this as a joke. Sticker. Hold on. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. Okay. So at conventions, you can get why are we not all? Okay. So there's Let me show you. So these are authenticity stickers, okay? There's a bunch of different ones, okay? I saw someone get like one of these ones. Hold on. These genuine ones, which I think is extremely funny. So she had a bunch of artists, comic book artists, sign her arm, okay? And she went to go get her arm authenticated, and they stuck one of these on her arm, okay? And then she got the signatures tattooed on her arm. Now that's funny. However, I do think my next tattoo, shall I get one, is going to be a photorealistic authenticity sticker. Why? Because my tits are legit. No. I'm kidding. I just think it's really funny to get an authenticity sticker tattooed. Like, I think that's really, really funny, okay? However, I also now have decided I think I need an authenticity keychain that I can add to bags. Like an authentic sticker, genuine sticker, like this style, but in like a literal, like, metal keychain form, not plastic, metal, like a heavy duty, looks legit, metal thing that I can add to bags, because I think that's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like something like this in like a bronze, and it would be it wouldn't be cheap. Like it would be like a, why the fuck are you buying that? And it's like, because it's funny as fuck, that's why. Or as a charm. I want a charm like this, you know, for my necklace, you know? Chandelier tattoo, but it's just a God, that would look so tacky as fuck. You got me to guffaw. That was great. There's a glitter effect tattoo artist in Maryland, if that helps. I've only seen horrible glitter effect tattoos. I'm gonna be so real with you. I would probably aim for more photorealistic. My friend is also a tattoo artist. She doesn't do color though, so I feel like she would have a recommendation for who I could go to, because I wouldn't want it in black and just black. Didn't say trademarked. Trademarked. So you're gonna come into stream next time, Miss Blue Skies, and there's just gonna be watermarks all over my fucking screen. You think I won't put property of Swell Entertainment, opacity 5 all over this fucking screen? Have you seen the realistic patches one? They're cool, but they make me feel weird, like they are sewn in the skin. I mean, I'm cool with it. I obsess over Unseal and Soul. Just put glitter on the tattoo. That shit stays forever anyway. Get the authenticity design on your personal credit card too, as a reminder, LOL. I'm so curious how it would look as a tattoo, so now you have to do it. Ugh. I mean, I would definitely get it like where you could only see if I was in bikini. Like that's 100% where I would get it. Like this one, and they're small too. Like I think it would be a very small tattoo. Like I would have to find someone that would do it, and it would probably get blown out. It would probably look blown out in the future, but I think it's so funny. Like, I'm thinking, like, right here, you know? Like, property of Swell Entertainment. Allegedly, hypothetically, don't sue me, choker. See, but you know what I'm saying? Like you know, like the authenticity stickers on like Poke to get them graded. God, the eBay authenticity guarantee would be funny, but I refuse to have a brand on my body, actually. It's the reason you will never see me get like a McLaren tattoo or anything like that that has an artsy powdered made of the word allegedly. My dad would kill me. For reasons that I'm not going into. It'd be really funny. Okay. What else? But like you get what I'm saying, right? Like as far as like Yet Studios, the authenticity stamp. God, they really got Egypt. That's kind of funny. She really is a jinx. on, I don't care. What are we doing? Oh, guys, we're not doing this today, but I want to show you guys. So, Bishujo is doing a Furby collaboration, and as soon as I saw the images, I knew I needed to own this sweatshirt, this jacket. So I'm gonna make one, but I'm thinking maybe a purple or green Furby version. You know, like look at this is like look at this thing. I need that jacket. For those of you who don't know, I made a Furby gown for the movie Uncut Gems. God, that took me a second. Right before our lockdown in 2019, I do think I was the harbinger of COVID because of that. Where we go hard, right? Like, because this is a fairly easy style, like shawl wrap, and I like the shape of the back being the shape of a Furby. Here's the close-up of the Furby itself, which I wouldn't need to do, obviously, because that's the actual Furby. But I like, because this is the shape of a Furby, this back panel, and then the sleeves seemingly are connected to this little floppy bit. I just think that's fun, and I kind of want it. I want to make it. I think it's funny. People agreed. Sorry, I was trying to close out my... I have too many notifications on Twitter because I'm witty and funny. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for... I remember the Furby dress. I think that's when I subscribed, LMAO. Let's see. I want to watch a video. I'm looking for videos. I almost want more crime videos, but I don't want to search up crime. Vibio. It's cool. I just was expecting a Furby showing skin and not wearing knee-length boots, LMAO. Have you seen the K-pop Demon Hunter Fairy collab? They just released My Friends to Me. It's super ugly. I love it so much. Amanda Googling crime because she loves crime. God, imagine me selling an I Love Crime like t-shirt, chat. A baby tee. Come on. Come on. Hang on. People keep asking me what I'm doing. Stream. SwellCon merch. Ah, Hannah. Hello. Sorry, I have little bats on my screen. Welcome in, Raiders. We're talking about the joys of capitalism. I'm kidding. But no, we are talking about many of my business ideas that I have not executed on, and why I need to. Like, for example, I feel I can market deodorant to cosplayers and gamers as someone who reviews events. And I feel I wanted to do this last year, and my team kind of talked me out of it. And I've decided that that's the wrong decision on their part, and I'm right. because I do think that's brilliant. Thank you for the raid. How was the stream? Stop saying ideas if I can't buy them. I'm sorry. So the challenges of capitalism, yes. Basically, because I was raised by two people in sales, okay? And so like I'm a leftist, but like every day the goblins of capitalism do get in my brain. Self-made woman, you know, like, which I am a business person, I'm a YouTuber, you know, but like I do choose peace and kindness and the betterment of society most of the time. However, I do think that convention smelling better is part of the betterment of society, and I do think I can tap into that market. Therefore, therefore, I need to do this. So, and I was looking for videos to watch, because we were on a crime kick not too long ago. I'm being recommended. We watched like a bunch about like Asian like crime syndicates the other day. They would collect it, not use it. No, we got this. I think it'll work out. I also think if I launch it well enough, we can get multiple gaming orgs to do collabs with us. Call of Duty collab. Deodorant. I feel like they've collabed with Axe Body Spray or Old Spice, have they not? They collabed with Fanta. Call of Duty just did. I feel like that's soda, obviously, but like I feel like they've done an Axe collab, no? Call of Duty collab. Amanda, I would just do it good though, Amanda. Yeah, basically. Like a lot of these things, so basically we were talking about it from the Vacation Inc. model they were following. I was talking about it from the perspective of Vacation. Vacation did not revolutionize sunscreen. They didn't. There's no special chemical. They weren't like, we're doing this without chemicals, we're doing this with minerals. They weren't doing that. They simply knew how to brand themselves and do something different, i.e. the packaging of sunscreen. So it doesn't look like something for kids. It doesn't look like something for athletes. It looks like something you're excited to include in your Instagram photo drop. And they've been wildly successful. Branding is a huge part these days. And well, not these days, but in general, you get my point. And sometimes the gap in the market is just what's missing from the shelves. And sometimes what's missing from the shelves is pizzazz, you know? Yu-Gi-Oh! Deodorant made to look like the card. The packaging for the deodorant looks like a convention lanyard, like a convention. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. This is my badge for, but like I'm picturing like almost like a square deodorant tube. So it covers a lot of space. You know you're getting a lot of product. So even if they do a swipe, you're covering a lot of ground, okay? It's like a wider tube versus a longer tube, you know what I'm saying? And it could even be this tall, you know, but you're getting a lot of product, okay? And it's in the shape of a convention badge because it's the perfect deodorant for those long con days. You've activated my no stink card. So it fits in your deck holder. Like, I do think also keychain deodorant, literally, like you can clip it to your badge. You can clip it to your backpack. You can clip it to your Ida bag. I think that would do fucking numbers. I do. I think it would. Mid-tourney deodorant re-up. Oh my God, the halftime show. The halftime show. The break of any Valorant tournament sponsored by my deodorant company. I just have to sponsor like 1 or 2 tournaments and I have instant brand recognition. God, sorry, I'm tired. Thank you for following. Let's see. Like liquid death, but for gamers stink, basically. Branding is 90% of it. All right, we're gonna start with Wilderness Whispers and go from there. Because at least we know there's... Okay, the funniest possible thumbnail for this video. It's an animal at the camera. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing gun magazine deodorant for convention centers. You guys, I live in California. Also, the point is to not make it too manly. However, I do think there is an idea of basically being the same formula, just different scents. And having, like, if I search up, like, let's say the product name line is vanilla. Okay, so let's say one is called Con and one is called vanilla. When you search it up, they are the same. If you look, they're actually part of the same umbrella company. But if you search them up individually, it does look like they are their separate branding. Because I do think that the vanilla one, I have it in my brain of almost making it, like, styling it like it's luxury deodorant. But it's literally not. You know, like the price is the exact same as the Con deodorant. But I'm curious, again, about the branding. And if I could make the product that is still a good product, it's solid, but if I could brand it in a way that it becomes a cult favorite amongst the influencer girly pops. Therefore, it becomes, you have to be using this deodorant. You know what I'm saying? I just sent it out as PR to a bunch of influencers and see what they think of it. They won't smell you coming is crazy. The true neutral scent. They won't smell you coming. Deodorant cult. Deodorant cult. Deodorant cult. Deodorant cult. You know, the real hack to becoming the next Taylor Swift that can't sing is, you know, boring businesses. And you know what? I think deodorant is an untapped market. Native doesn't fucking work, okay? I liked Native for a long time until I got a whiff of myself. Then I was like, okay. Aluminum is required, unfortunately. No weeb tax? Depends. There'll be a bundle. There'll be a weeb bundle. It comes in a tiny Eda bag for the weeb one, I think, 100%. To give chapstick out at cons. Chapstick's an easy. A lot of these I could easily white label. So like, for example, the product itself actually already exists and exists well. They're made in reputable factories. They're made with reputable ingredients, etc. And then you add your branding onto it, basically. So it's like the quality, you can have control over quality, i.e. The chemicals, the fragrances, consistencies. You can make, you know, requests, but to start, it's mostly the product already basically exists. You know, you're not starting from, I'm not making deodorant in my kitchen, you know? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Ooh.
Around his equipment,
Loud.
vehicles, farm, and everything happening around the property. There's always something new going on, as you
Can I be honest? That style of thumbnail now looks like AI to me. And it could not be AI. The text could just be auto-generated or whatever, but it looks like AI. I'd rather a chapstick in a swag bag than a fucking Chevron controller cap. Still haunted by that, LMAO. I got JoJo Siwa chapstick. Like, see, like, that's, like, she didn't make chapstick. She bought mass chapsticks and then had it wrapped with her logo for the JoJo Siwa cruise. Like, that's what, you see, like, that's what I'm referring to.
From a homestead. But in this particular video, it wasn't about the animals or the farm.
Like, for example, Gymshark started his drop shipping. Gymshark, they didn't make anything. He just found, the guy that created Gymshark just found items that he liked and drop shipped that to start before they started making their own products.
It was about something much weirder. One morning, his wife was leaving the property to go to work when she noticed something that seemed out of the ordinary. It was winter, and the entire property was covered in snow when she spotted a set of footprints where there definitely shouldn't have been any. Now, it's worth mentioning that they say they always know who or what enters their property, and this time, they had no idea.
What do you mean you don't know who or what?
After seeing the photos his wife had sent him, Kappa decided to investigate for himself. That's when he discovered something pretty strange.
So I started tracking them. They came all the way from the pole barn, and they were headed out towards the road. So let me show you a clip of that. All right, here's these tracks fresh on the 22nd of January. Looks like they were dragging something. Here's the pond.
What do you mean
in
dragging?
the middle there, you can see drag marks.
They don't look like drag. Could they be walking a bike?
The is by the pole barn. There's no other.
I don't think it's drag marks. Could they be walking bikes? Like, could these be tires? Because there's one between, and then there's one here. If he's stepping over, it could be, I would rather a chapstick.
Their tracks, that's where
Could
they
be a
start,
bike.
almost like somebody was dropped off.
As he followed the footprints, they led him deeper into the woods when, all of a sudden, out of the corner of his eye, he spotted something. Or
While
rather,
filming?
someone. It was a man lying at the base of a tree,
What?
covered in dirt and with something on his head.
Sorry?
Kappa approached him slowly while keeping a safe distance, just in case something happened.
Bro?
At that point, the whole situation was getting stranger and stranger.
What do you mean going for a walk?
Sorry, yeah, go for a walk.
Where do you live?
Downtown.
Downtown where? What's your name? Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to get away from my wife for a while.
Okay. Well, I think
Okay.
I think you're
Are you
crying.
cold, man?
Yeah, I am.
So I do know this is a man that might probably be having some type of episode, but for a bit, because he's covering his face and I can't see it, I am immediately thinking yokai spirit, or some type of spirit that is trying to lure me closer, to then reveal that he has no face, and he's going to take mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that's not what's happening, but the covering the head thing is stressing me out a bit.
You're not in any trouble, are you?
No.
You're not running from the cops or anything like that?
Oh, no.
No? All right.
You just gonna leave him?
Kappa was getting more and more suspicious of the guy. There were drag marks in the snow alongside his footprints, yet he wasn't carrying anything that could have made them. His clothes were covered in what looked like dirt.
Yeah, he's
and
in
he
the
claimed
snow.
that he
He's
wanted to
not
get away from his wife, but where was his wife now?
home.
And you walked all the way out here from...
I had a friend drop me off.
Okay, that's what it looked like by the tracks. They drop you off up here by the barn?
Not down this way.
Did you walk in my driveway or come in another way?
I'm not sure, sir. I've had a rough night.
Okay.
Can I call
Let
someone
me give
for
you
you?
my jacket. I got an extra jacket here.
Oh, that's great, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
And,
where's your jacket?
Let me see, make sure everything's all right.
He's really banged up. He's covered in dirt. His pants are definitely wet. You can see the wet marks. He's not wearing enough clothes. That's an old ratty towel that he definitely found as an attempt to put over his head. You should call someone.
All right at your house there. There ain't nothing, bad going on.
No. I didn't have women on.
Well, I suppose. All right, here.
Thanks, sir.
come you're covering your face?
Oh, I'm just trying to stay warm, sir. I took everything I had, kind of left me high and dry.
Is that a nudie mag?
Put that on.
Did you go and buy a nudie mag to jerk off in the woods, my guy?
Man, the right way. You want to come sit in my truck for a minute?
No, sir. My neck,
Can I see your face? So I know who you are? You're on my property. I mean, are you all right, man?
Don't take no pictures of me, sir.
All right, well, I just want to know that you ain't trying to steal something, that's all.
No.
When Capper approached the man, he appeared to be holding a notebook or something with a photo of a woman on it.
Wilderness, don't piss me off. You know that's a nudie magazine. It's very clear. It's well worn. It's at least wet, probably. It's not even well worn. It could just be wet from the weather.
The man kept covering his face, claiming that he was just trying to stay warm. He also gave Capper his name and other information about himself that, at the time, seemed to be true. But later, Capper would find out that it was all a lie. He got back into his vehicle and called the sheriff about the situation, just to be on the safe side.
The deputy's following me back because it was just easier that way, trying to describe where the guy was at, because we got a mile-long road here. And if this right here is one of the most dangerous times for a police officer, is making the first contact. Okay? That's one of the most dangerous times. So they're basically going to remove them from the property and go from there.
Go ahead. 1029 Illinois, last name.
Are you just recording yourself listening to the dispatch radio?
Male, Y, date of birth. Clear and valid. 10, me back out.
Okay. So the sheriff has them. He's going to remove them from the property. I told him he can keep the jacket, hat, and gloves if he's, financially having hardships, and he was very appreciative. Gave the deputy $20.
I'm not sure.
And buy the guy a hot meal, and he's going to take him back into town.
The man was put into the police car and taken into town. As they were leaving, the sheriff mentioned that something about the man seemed off, and that he felt like he was hiding something from them. Weirdly enough, after they left, things took an even stranger turn. The next day, Capper went back to the property to see if he had missed anything, and strangely, he had. There was a car parked by the pond, and at that point, it became clear that the story was much deeper than it first seemed.
What do you mean?
Okay, I just got home, and I have a trespasser on our property. It's a silver car parked on our pond dam. The sheriff's on the way. We just removed a trespasser yesterday. Don't know if it's related to him or what. Man, this just pisses me off. I'm tempted to strap one on and frickin' go out there and make contact, but I'll wait for the deputy. I just can't believe this stuff. 2 days in a row. Unreal.
You've got the cool hangout place. Have you thought about that?
And we've been here 3 years. 3 years and not had one problem in 2 days in a row.
Yeah, dude. Got good shit, I guess. I don't know. Looks like it's been broken down, almost. Why is that hanging out of the car?
Wouldn't be surprised
A magazine.
if that car is smashed there from hitting trees on that pond dam. Because it is very, very narrow on there.
This looks like a magazine.
Those of you guys
or
that
something
follow the channel
hanging
know
out.
that.
I'm just going ahead because this
the
is the
tow
longest
truck
clip of
driver
all time.
revealed that the man had admitted to driving out into the country and parking on the pond dam himself, meaning he knew exactly what had happened and deliberately chose to hide it. He also claimed he was upset because he was having a rough time with his wife at home.
He stormed off from his wife in the car, crashed into the tree, and totaled the car, and then was like, oh, let me go get away from the car. This is the guy's car.
4 days. Explain why he lied.
It's the longest video of all time. Oh, this is the thumbnail video.
Here now. Come on, little girl. Hey.
Oh shit. These things will kill you, by the way.
Oh, you're a mean little girl.
Yeah, dude, use your legs. What are we doing? Get up. Get up. Bro. Yeah, dude, I watched an I Survived episode of a woman who was like walking in a path near her house and she got stomped by a moose, okay? Like the thing came and trampled her and she lived. As the thing left, she was able to pull herself like 3 feet. The fucking thing came back and trampled her again and then left again. And she was like, I need to get help. It's gonna kill me if it comes back. They'll keep coming and fucking with you.
No call on being nasty. Come on. First time I ever got beat up by a baby moose.
Baby moose.
Oh, I think I'm south of you. I'm just having a hard time letting this girl loose.
She's like, bitch.
First of all, why does this guy
I don't
act
think
like
noise
getting
works.
beaten up by a moose is a regular occurrence?
'Cause it
Someone
is.
needs to hire him as
If
a
he works in-
commentator. He do agree.
If he works in release, it's probably not the first time he's had some roughing up from an animal.
Great job. Second, that looked like it hurt pretty bad. So, what actually happened there? From what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, that moose was probably being relocated because it had become a problem moose, which would explain why it was all tied up. But then, why didn't they untie it? It was definitely a weird encounter, and I think this man was pretty lucky it wasn't an adult moose. Although, I don't know if he still would have decided to untie it if that had been the case. Living Testimony Pet Services is a page run by a
Doggies.
man who offers pet-related services. He takes his clients'
Good
dogs
framing.
on walks, hikes, and other outdoor adventures. He usually records these outings to promote his business and posts them on his page. But this particular time, he was live streaming on TikTok while walking one of his clients' dogs when, all of a sudden, he found himself staring down the barrel of a gun, fearing for his life.
Me, man, we can set something up where I can accommodate your dog, become his companion, and show
Oh,
the
we've
dog
seen
the
this
love
one,
it
I think.
needs.
This is the one he's walking the dog and then the guy starts threatening him.
Because I know it's a lot of people out here abandoning dogs, got them in crates all day, or either chained up in the backyard. That's not the way for them to live, man. They meant to be free just like us, man. I'm just out here trying to unleash joy one wag at a time, baby, one wag at a time. We just out here unleashing joy, You can have your dog as happy as Mr. Brody right here, man.
Mr. Brody's so
Mr.
excited.
Brody's a happy dog.
Yeah, we saw this one.
What's
I'm
up
gonna
now?
skip ahead.
Huh?
He basically accused him of stealing his dog, which is silly.
Brian is a
Oh yeah, people love dog walking content because you can film a bunch of dogs, you can talk about it.
guy who loves mountain biking and created a channel to share that passion with others. while riding through some of the most beautiful landscapes. The places he rides are usually remote trails, and when you think of trails, you probably think of forests and mountains, and that's exactly my point. These places are often deep in secluded areas where wildlife is common, and unfortunately, that's exactly what he and his friend encountered during a ride in Tibet. But it wasn't a bear or a cougar. It was something that literally looked like a demon.
Yeah, there's some snow patches. Oh.
Does it have mange?
Yeah. Oh. Looking a little
Holy shit! What type of cow is
dangerous
that?
here. Oh, you mother! Get back.
What type of bull is that?
Go. Keep going. Yeah.
Go fast. Holy shit.
While this encounter could have gone much worse,
Is it a yak?
the animals backed away when Brian confronted it. That was a yak, which is a separate species from both cows and buffalo. Yaks are generally docile, but can be incredibly dangerous when threatened, provoked, or during mating season. It's safe to say that if that yak really had decided to attack them,
It was
they
like,
wouldn't
there's
have
two
a
of them?
chance to win. Now, I've never seen a yak
Hi, silly
before,
boy.
and I can say with a hand on my heart that if I've ever seen that in front of my eyes in such
It does
remote
have a
place,
dog-like
I
shape
probably
in
think
its
it's
movement.
the devil himself trying
Okay,
to
well
go
now
on a
we're
ride
being
with
fucking
me.
dramatic as shit.
Fortunately, nothing happened to them, but
Also,
let's
why is
say
that
it
a
was more
slutty
about the
ass?
visual
Hold on.
thing than the attack. My eyes in
Hold
such
on.
remote place, I'd probably think.
Why is this a slutty as fuck? This is a naked person. Why is this a super slutty demon artwork that we're using here at Whispers? Interesting choices are being made. Trying to bone a demon, Whispers? Is that what's happening here? Just a wild choice, I fear.
Think it's the devil himself trying to go on a ride with me. Fortunately, nothing happened to them, but let's say it was more about the visual thing than the attack. Mike is a guy who enjoys the outdoors so much that he created a channel dedicated to it, sharing videos of himself camping in different forests and simply enjoying nature. In this particular video, however, things took an unexpected turn when he went on a stealth camping trip in the woods and ended up being forced to abandon his campsite.
Okay, guys, due to some circumstances that changed in my favor,
Okay.
I'm able to get out on stealth camp tonight. I just parked. and I'm
Have we
heading
seen
in.
this?
But I'm hearing a noise, so we're gonna see what it is. There's a chance I could be busted. I'll come back. You can't see me.
If you're stealth camping, why the fuck are you talking? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what drives me crazy about these videos. Like, I'm not against stealth camping. Do what you gotta do. Sleep where you gotta sleep. But when you're vlogging, do a voiceover. Why is everyone allergic to a voiceover?
I heard a bunch of noise way up on my car. And I don't know what it was. I very much doubt any might be looking for me where I'm at. But there's a chance I might be wrapping this up just because if there's some good old boys out there drinking or something, having a good time, I don't want them messing with my car. So I don't know if I'm going to stay. I might wrap this up in about an hour. I'm hearing too much noise out there, and I'm telling you, I might just get my butt out of here. All right, guys, sometimes when you stay at a place, you got to know when it's time to get out. I'm hearing too much noise, too much crap, and I'm getting out of here.
See, I don't know if this is archetype of this video, though. It's familiar, though, you know?
Too much noise. I'm getting in my car. I'm going to get out. It is truly a shame I didn't get to stay, because, man, this is a beautiful spot. But sometimes, guys, you got to play it smart. Okay? Safety first. Remember that. Respect nature second. I'm getting out. Too many warning signs. But don't worry.
Anything else happen?
I'm getting closer to my car. So I'm going to turn this off. But then I'm going to leave it on. Make sure everything's copacetic on the ride. You said in the video. I'll put the video on now.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, at the end. Hang on. It's the last video. Let me see. Let's try good old new to you section. Let's try that. Mm-hmm. Here we go. We're not watching this full video. It's 44 minutes long.
In Britain, it is illegal to deface a banknote. Drawing anything on or near our monarch's face is prohibited by the Currency and Banknotes Act of 1928. It is, however, not illegal to destroy cash completely, which is convenient as it allows me to burn the evidence that I defaced it at all, unless you count this video. But in many countries, including America, it is very much illegal to do what I am trying to do now. Yes, in the land of the free, money is more sacred than any flag or religious text.
True.
Because money isn't holy. It is so much more.
Yeah.
So isn't it about time that we made some of our own? This is the original money. The Creseed. Well, actually, no, it's a picture of one. I couldn't get a real one because they are rare and expensive. Minted in the Kingdom of Lydia in the late 6th century BC, they were issued by their namesake, King Croesus. Other coins did exist before old King Cree, but he was the guy who first made them entirely out of gold.
Mood.
Entirely. And this was such a significant innovation that history...
Guys, he didn't reinvent the wheel. He just made it better. See what I'm saying? Business.
Has basically forgotten the Creseed's impure predecessors. Gold was just that good. It doesn't rust, tarnish, or corrode, and it was malleable, so it could easily be morphed into a standardized shape. And it shone like the big burny thing in the sky that may or may not be God. Is gold little pieces of God? Probably not, but it was great branding, and even better than that, gold has an actual physical function. Maybe you're too poor to regularly handle gold, but it's actually quite heavy.
That's how I get you.
Or like, it's heavy enough that you notice its weight. Meaning that ancient gold holders could immediately set a real coin apart from a fake one. You could verify it was real just by handling it. But it isn't enough to know that your coin is real. It being real also has to mean something. Just because something's authentic doesn't mean it's valuable. This is my real, actual pen, but it didn't sign the Declaration of Independence or stab Napoleon, so its realness isn't noteworthy. These coins came from the real, actual king, so they were important. The Creseed was minted with the images of animals, which symbolized the Lydian royalty itself. It was these symbols that transformed a slice of semi-rare rock into a medium of exchange. Because the highest power in the land had literally given them its seal of approval. Coins were the original information technology. What they were made from was the hardware, but what was drawn on them was the software, and this is the real lasting innovation. Money isn't made from gold today, but the seal has stayed. Because money is more totem than trinket, more software than hardware. It is an item, but more importantly, it's an idea. This is what 20 British pounds looks like. Well, actually, no. It's what it did look like when this particular design was in circulation. Born in 1999, dead by 2010, approximately 150 million of these babies were in circulation by the end of their run.
Okay.
So if you'd collected them all, you'd have been £3 billion richer. And you'd have been Britain's 20th or like 22nd richest guy. But wait a minute, how can that be? If you owned the entire stock of a country's banknote, surely you'd be like the richest guy in the country several times over. Au contraire, actually, because today, most money doesn't exist. Well, not
digital money.
Physically, anyway. Only 3 to 4% of money in the UK exists in foldable form. The rest is just recorded
little?
electronically in bank accounts.
That's like, money's fake. And that's the moral of all of this. Money is fake. Start a deodorant company.
Or as wealth stored in assets, like a house, a business, or a gold watch. Money stores wealth. It is not wealth itself. This is one of those things that we all kind of know to be true, and yet nobody acts like it. Money makes us safe. Money makes us jealous. It makes us scream with joy on a game show and cry with sorrow at the gas bill. Money can change your mind, end your marriage, and it can even make you kill. We think money is wealth because we think that money is everything. But it's not. Not really. True wealth is time, products, health, assets, and love, I guess. Money only exists because
And love,
we need an
I
airtight
guess.
way to exchange all these non-fungible things. So money isn't everything, it's just where we keep everything when we're not using it. And for a time, this is what 20 units of everything looked like. And for my money, it's my favourite money. Because it was the first note I was paid with in my job as a Victorian chimney sweep. The current 20 is the most used banknote in the British economy, where it is mostly used to buy and snort cocaine. Although with inflation rising as it is, it might not be too long before those nose beers are getting tooted through the 50. But for me, the Elgar note is money. And a wad of it or a briefcase full of them is still what I think of when I imagine a lot of it. The Elgar note is best known for the face on the front that isn't the dead queen. Edward Elgar.
Good video. I will finish watching it a different time because I know that music is going to get me turbo nuked. Let's see. Ooh, crashing investment banking recruiting event.
Morgan Stanley recruiting event.
How many milligrams of Adderall would it take to survive a week at Morgan Stanley under that regimen, just going full out?
And this is me outside of a Deloitte office building. I'm on a mission.
Excuse me, can I interest you in my resume? You might give me some feedback on my resume? I don't.
To get a big-time job.
How much as an intern could I expect to make? I'm trying to network here. I'm trying to get my name out here. What's your problem?
I'm calling because we saw the recording this morning of the Goldman event.
You can network after me.
50 milligrams of Adderall a week.
Could I ask you for a referral? Do you even know all four values at Goldman?
But before we get into all that, let me explain how we got here. My name is James, and over the past 2 years, I've made over 300 TikToks from my mom's garage. If you have a good taste in humor, you'd find them hilarious.
P, let her rip on. This motherfucker looking at my schlong.
And while it might seem like I have
It's such a son thing. Like, hey mom, look at this fire TikTok I made. And it is shit from butt. It is. But they'll watch the whole thing because they're trying to be supportive. You know what I'm saying?
have the dream life. Lately, I've been feeling kind of down. I thought by now I would be rich and famous, but it turns out nobody cares about TikTokers.
Oh, you're a TikToker, so you shake that butt. I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. I don't like it. Get a real job.
Yeah.
Fine. I'd get a real job, but it would be the most prestigious one in the world. Finding the most prestigious company in the world was going to be hard. I didn't even know how to measure prestige. Is that quantifiable? Lucky for me, a career intelligence platform named Volt seemed to have the magic prestige formula. They had a prestige score for every company. The highest score? Goldman Sachs. Named after a golden ball sack, I assumed. Now all I needed was just to get their attention. Info sessions are recruiting events hosted by companies on college campuses, and attending ones at elite universities would give me the best chance to get in front of a company like Goldman Sachs. But there would be one problem: other students. Bloodthirsty Ivy Leaguers all gunning for the same position. I would need a way to stand out. The plan? Outshine every student in attendance by asking questions the recruiters would be sure to remember. Strap in and witness this golden sack.
Me? Oh. First off, thank you so much for your time. I feel like I've learned a lot from this info session. I'm definitely not the only one here. I have two super quick questions. I guess my first one was just how much as an intern could I expect to make at any office as a Goldman Sachs intern?
It's pretty standard around.
Is it?
Right, as far as your...
It's a prorated salary for all of our intern classes.
I wanted to know precisely how much gold would be put in my sack.
And what is that number?
Many of us know.
God.
I think it's the same as our first year analyst prorated, but
Okay.
I think our HCM team will probably have that information. It's been a while.
This was going great.
Okay, yeah.
Not only were we laughing together, we were already talking about my future career at Goldman Sachs.
To be honest, I'd be much less focused on that. If you have a long-term successful career at Goldman, you will be financially in a very good place. So I would just focus on trying to get to the best place you can, and I think if you are fortunate enough to get a spot at GS, you'd be very happy.
To that point exactly, do you think after, do you think we could network, or I could have a coffee chat with you? I'm a super results driven type person, and
Yeah, we have some time allocated for networking at the end of the session.
but I'm really trying to get my name out there, and I feel like there was no better opportunity than right now to really just...
I nailed it. All the students were jealous. But right when I thought I was about to get my one-on-one, they called on someone else.
Moving away from salary discussion for a little bit, I just wanted to go back to culture.
I couldn't believe it. Another student just threw shade at my question and tried to one-up me with a question about Goldman's culture. If I didn't speak up now, he might be the one they remember.
On training junior talent.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I didn't appreciate that disrespect at the end of your question.
Social anxiety fears him.
That wasn't really nice. Goldman's culture, do you even know all four values at Goldman? Integrity, excellence, what are the other two? So
we have a lot of people.
I bet he, okay, I'm sorry, that was
Partnership and client service were the other two values. And while I was confident I would soon be serving Goldman's clients, I still didn't know how much I would be making. But I knew it would be more if I had an offer from their competitor, Morgan Stanley. Prestigious companies love to compete with each other over talent, and if Goldman found out their biggest competitor, Morgan Stanley, was also interested in me, they would pay me anything to get me to go with them. So I found a Morgan Stanley info session taking place at Princeton University. This one was at a hotel though, so it'd be more difficult. To drive there, book a room in the hotel, scope it out, make sure the floor plan matches the 3D model I found online, practice my questions in the mirror.
Tell me about your culture.
Yeah, so do you have a job or?
That is exactly what I'm looking for. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. That's what I'm looking for.
I guess my question is for you, Asher, because you mentioned the brutal work ethic. Something I aspire to be is someone who devotes every fiber of my being to a company like Morgan Stanley. So I'm wondering, I don't know, what does your morning routine look like after grinding 15 hours, Excel, slides? How do you guys, manage all that,
No, yeah, that's a great question. It's a great question.
It was a question that showed I must have done a lot of research. You see, both Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley are investment banking firms, an industry where you work about 70 to 85 hours a week. My question showed that I was aware of this, and I wasn't afraid to roll up my sleeves and take it up the ass.
It's definitely a sacrifice. If this is something that you want to do, you should know going in that you are going to be making a sacrifice.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's the dream. That's my dream. I guess, how many milligrams of Adderall
They're all like, is he in your fucking class? Who the fuck is this guy?
take to survive a week at Morgan Stanley under that regimen, just going full out?
I want to be a little bit careful here.
Obviously, I'm prescribed. I'm diagnosed with GAD. And we're talking
Look, there's a difference between making a conscious and purposeful choice to adopt a bit of sacrifice over a short period of time to achieve some objective. What I want to make sure we stay away from is we do not glorify long hours. The reason the tolerance needs to be
His
high.
buddy's
Right?
holding the
Because
secret
there's so much
camera.
to come up the curb on, right? You guys have really never worked before. Not in like the high finance, New York, advising multi-million.
Mom Donnie's
I was
New
getting
York.
worried that it would take more milligrams than I could feasibly get prescribed.
We all went to school here. We know how hard it is. I promise you, you do not know your own capacity.
So like 50 milligrams of Adderall a week, Jagger?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of caffeine. We've got a gym in the building, so
50 was doable, but only if I could get a doctor's note.
Would you be able to like write a note for me? That takes, like,
Okay, I
50
can't.
milligrams?
I
Yeah,
can't.
right.
Social anxiety fears him. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's too good. You have a future, my guy. This is stressing me out, but my god. This is how investment bakers show themselves on the internet, by the way. How I survived 6 years in investment baking with the incognito mask. Let's see. Have you guys seen everyone talking about cigarettes in Asian countries? This is Chinese cigarettes, but it was talking about like the nicotine-free cigarettes that are like berry flavored.
你好。Hello。很高兴认识你。你好，你好。你们在等什么呢？做工啊。等什么？等做工啊。招工啊。打工。马上要上班。你有1.8米高吗？1.83米，是的，是的。
去哪里旅游？
在这里旅游。就抽烟。举6周。比我高一点。高一点，对。你多高？地图走路。
有1.9米哦。
有2米吗？你1.9米，我1.83米。你去哪国家的？在美国的。你有1.83米。对对对。到你这里。
Them all talking about how tall he is taking me out. Let's see. Oh, this video's gonna piss me off.
I like living in a giant, industrialized, futuristic city because I grew up in such a small town America. I've never seen something like this before. Yeah. But also the cost of living, the affordable health care, the incredible public transportation, the healthy foods, the conveniences, the quality of education for my children. I mean, there's just a lot of benefits I see with living here. My name is Bradley Cray. I'm 36 years old, and I'm an American living in Shenzhen, China.
Military haircut, I know what you are. No,
Now,
writing and
this is a perfect
marketing
example
manager.
Of how you can see the contrast between the past and the future in China. So if you look over here, this goes to Little Nanshan Village. As soon as you cross through there, you feel like you're time traveling 50 years in the past. It does not look anything like if you turn around and go this way. To the giant, bustling, booming skyscrapers of the city. It's like if Silicon Valley and New York City had a baby in China. That's how I would describe Shenzhen. And it's like the very southern point of China in Guangdong province, right above Hong Kong. My dad kind of had that Christopher McCandless Into the Wild dream, and he took me and my
That guy died, by the way. You shouldn't have that dream.
brothers and my mom to Colorado, to a small town with like 6,000 people, way up in the Rocky Mountains, and we just lived there. Just a very calm childhood. In Shenzhen, you don't need a car. The subway systems are incredible. They're all new, up to date, and incredibly cheap. And so me and my wife, it will cost us like 60 cents to get home on the subway. The kids ride the subway for free. So, I mean, by the end of the month, all included costs for transportation have to be less than $50. One of my favorite
Have
parts
to be,
about
so
the
they
subway
didn't check.
stations in China is a lot of them lead to underground malls. It's like a subterranean shopping
China's
extravaganza.
Japan's
like,
the
to
same.
think about it, above us right now, the whole city's just walking, going about their day, and we're below them in some spectacular mall. And it just blows my mind sometimes because the whole world's existing above us. It's time to pick the kids
Stabilization
up
on this
from
camera
school.
feels weird.
You even have to beep the kids in and out, and it's an electronic system. That's for my son. That's for my daughter. Come here. It's really not that expensive to raise kids here. Per semester, 6 months, including food. For both kids, we paid like $300. He played with you a lot of times? Is he Ultraman? As a father, I think my mental health living in China is a lot better, simply because I don't have to worry about things like school shootings, for instance, or my children being kidnapped from the park. My kids, they're growing up not bilingual, but trilingual. My wife speaks French with them, I speak English with them, and they're going to school learning Mandarin all day. My wife doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. When I went to see
Nothing
what the
will work
schools
unless
were
you
giving to my
do for the
children
workout
for
park
food,
is crazy.
I had to film a TikTok video on it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is what America should be doing. I had never left America until I was like 26 or 27 years old. Red, white, and blue my whole life, man. There was a certain time where I was like, I really want to see what's out there.
Yeah, I want him to say, I have a sneaking suspicion he is a digital copywriter, which at this time, this is from 2 months ago, depending on when and where, they are making a lot of money and they have made a lot of money. But it also could mean he's getting paid in US dollars, you know?
I wanted to teach English overseas, so I ended up in Shenzhen, China.
Oh.
During COVID, I got locked out of the country because, you know, the whole world shut down, and I ended up in Tahiti. That's where my wife is from. And 2 babies came along. Yeah, all right. And we moved back to Shenzhen in June of 2025, and we plan to stay here for the foreseeable future. But here I could pay with my hands. I don't need a key.
That's crazy. I do want to see the apartment.
Use my thumbprint and come on in. Welcome. This is a 3-bedroom apartment, roughly around 1,000 American dollars a month, but it's in a pretty good part of the city. You can get much cheaper than this. Here's the kitchen. Not very big. Don't drink the tap water. Always boil it. Boil all the water here. Now this is the living room. It's nice, spacious. Here's the balcony. Pretty good view. A little cloudy today, but not bad. And this is the 3rd bedroom. It was supposed to be an office, but kids always win, so now it's a toy room. So this is where the kids play. We only have 1 bathroom, 4 people sharing it, so it gets a little crazy.
Well, 2 of them are tiny babies.
But
so.
here it is. Kids' room. Just enough to put...
I mean, there's tap water here that you can't drink in the United States. So, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I didn't, like, my haunches didn't raise with that. Because it's like, I don't know. Can't drink the tap water, you know. They've made a lot of strides for the air quality. But yes, it can get bad still.
Both the beds for both the kids. This is our room, though. Me and my wife's. Also, not a bad view. Big old open
I'm
window.
always so curious by these videos because aside from like a Funko Pop here and there and maybe a poster, they're so lacking in personality in their homes. It's very odd. In a lot of these CNBC videos. Like, where's the divas? CNBC. That's why I want to see you interview. Let's see. God, old school Barnes and Noble.
Oh, it's okay. No. Oh, she went somewhere else in here. Well.
God, look how good it looks. Look at the wood. Look at the tile.
Hi. How are you? Fine. She was 1866. What are we doing here?
It's a story on sales tax and one of the programs that it helps to.
I was going to say, am I wanted for something? 1866.
God, I'm fascinated by this. Just that's it. Just them ringing up 2 or 3 people. Scan. Scan. Let's see. Zooming in on the wall. It's LOL. Let's see. I've seen this video. This one's interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing good. I'm disappointed. How rooms actually, what? All right, let's try this again. We're trying Yakuza. We're back to crime. I'm a former Yakuza member. I've been arrested 11 times. This is how crime works. At some point in time, the Yakuza virtues have changed. From violence, duty, and status.
そういったものから少しこう変わってきた時代があるんですよ。そして今はほとんどが昇格のポイントになるのはお金をどれだけ上に上げていくかというのが今の現状です。だから僕は例えば空調時代に僕の代わりに刑務所に行った人間はお金を稼ぐことばかり考えていたので、今考えると良くないなというふうに思います。
Really? You don't say. Sake in your cup.
私がヤクザに入ったのは18歳の時です。大工
I was working as a carpenter at the time and developed problems in my heart and lower back. So I decided to work in a finance-related job. This finance-related job was in loan sharking. I decided to work in a finance-related job, so I decided to be part of the crime that is connected to the finance-related. That's where I met my boss. Yeah, I bet. I was part of loan sharking. This finance-related. I'm sorry, that's really funny.
僕の組長がいたところだった。組長から
I had a ceremony called Sakazuki with my boss.
そしてその杯の中にお酒を入れて、そして3度に分けて飲むんですね。その杯をこういう形でグッグッグッ。これで儀式が終わります。そしてその儀式が終わった時点で親と子分と親
Me not knowing the rules and just downing it.
親分というものが成立します。ヤクザに入った時点で、組織に対して名前を登録します。そしてその名前が登録された時点で組織の方にはその名前が登録されちゃうんで、 警察が
When the
家宅
police
捜
do
査
a
に入
thorough
った時、その時
investigation,
に名
they
前が割
remember
れてしま
your
うんですね
name.
警察の
You are marked as a person
本部の
related
方
to
に
the
登録
Yakuza
を
in
さ
their
れて、
files.
ヤクザの認定というふうな形になります。
Bring your finger. Ah.
親分と会う時は基
Basically,
本
when
的
meeting the
に、
boss,
親分の家というのは
the door at his house is always open.
ドアが開きっぱなしです。出てこいと言われて
Sometimes
出て
you
いく時も
would
あれ
just
ば、
walk in through the door
もう
when
何
you
も
wish,
言われずに顔を
while
見
in
せに
other
来ました
cases you
という
can
時
be
もあれ
summoned to
ば、
come.
でその中で
Usually
月
meet
に
once
1
a
回も
week
しくは週に
or
1
once a
回
month
の、
and
ミー
report
ティ
on
ングを
various
して
matters to the
会合
boss.
っていうんですけども、
During
会
the
合
meeting
をし
called
て、
Kaigo.
いろんな報告をし合う。そして、毎日
There are
電話
also
連絡
regular
で定時
phone
連
calls
絡とい
every
います。これ
day.
を朝と晩捕まってないのか
It
どう
is
か
a system
の
to
報
report
告
in
を
the
本
evening
部に入
to
れて、
confirm that
で
you
その
haven't
こ
been
れを本
arrested.
部長が聞いて、
The
その本
message
部
is
長が
received by the
ま
head
た、
chief,
自分の組長に、
passes it to the gang
知らせるっていう連絡体制は整ってます。基本的に、親
Basically,
分
it's
と対
unforgivable
立
to
することは
disobey the
絶
gang
対
chief.
に許されません。しかし、
We are not going to watch this full video because it's 18 minutes, but like, damn. Let's see. Let's see. Let me go back. Watch one more Fall of Yakuza. How Gen Z killed the Yakuza. I watched. Was this the one I watched? I don't know. These videos are good.
Level 1. Members.
Members.
You wake up at 4 a.m., you don't grab a weapon, you grab a scrub brush. Your job is to clean the toilets. You wash the boss's black car until it shines like a mirror. You run to the store to buy cigarettes for the older guys. You are not a gangster yet. You are a servant. The senior members ignore you. To them, you are just free labor. You make $0. You
Zero.
sleep in a room with 5 other guys. You are hungry, tired, and sore. But you don't complain. You listen, you work, you are waiting for your chance to prove you matter. Level 2. Junior leaders.
Junior leaders.
You're done scrubbing floors.
From
You're
members
a
to
young
junior
man
leaders is
now.
crazy.
Basically a junior leader.
Young man.
Your new job is simple. Make money. You run card games and empty warehouses. You visit construction sites to make sure they use your company's trucks. If a rival gang tries to sell on your block, you chase them off. You start to feel important. You buy a shiny suit, you wear sunglasses at night, you have a crew of younger guys who listen to your orders. But there is a catch. The money isn't yours. Every week, you have to hand a big pile of cash to your older brother.
Everyone knows
This
the
is
Yakuza takes
tax.
down targets by breakdancing.
If you make $5,000, you
There's no
better
funny
give
eye
him
patch
his
guy
share.
and their kneecaps
If you
get
try to
smashed in.
hide even $1, you are stealing
Don't forget
from
that
the
you
family.
low-key can spend 10 years in the joint,
Thieves
lose
get
all your
punished.
loved ones, and
You
be
are
forced to
earning,
the life
but
of
you are
conflict
also a
forever,
target.
even after leaving the
police
organization.
know your face. If a fight breaks out, you are the one getting arrested while the bosses stay home. Level 3.
Ooh, here we go. Another crumb
This
video.
video is sponsored by War Thunder. Why would a sane private jet dealer rent to teenagers paying in crypto? Same goes for luxury car dealerships, high-end watches, landlords with mansions. The list goes on and on. Yet we see it happen time and time again. This question sent me down a rabbit hole. What I found is an entire economy built around facilitating luxury goods to those stealing large amounts of crypto. And it's rarely a plain dealer turning
The actual secondary market.
a blind eye. It's a market that lives on shady forums, Telegram channels, and at the very top, by word of mouth. It culminates in scenes like Kunal Mehta getting raided in his California mansion after stuffing cash into squishmallows for a bunch of teenagers half his age. A neighbor recorded this footage of his supercars being seized by law enforcement. Like, what the heck is going on here? Why was he trying to be some sort of luxury influencer on TikTok and Instagram?
Because they can't help it.
18-year-old kids driving Lamborghinis with
Because so criminals used to just like nice things and want good things and better for themselves and their families, etc. I grew up in shit. My family won't grow up in shit. Now, there's always probably the fame element to it for some people. However, the fame element is the selling point now. You do the crime to get the stuff to go viral for having the stuff. You know what I'm saying? You want to be seen as a baller, and to be seen as a baller, you have to be public. Therefore, your crime inevitably gets exposed because you are doing crime to get the luxury goods. You know what I'm saying?
Stolen money, and it happens every single day in Miami and LA and Dubai, everywhere, bro.
I'm
Clearly,
robbing your
there's a
shit.
disgusting amount of profit to be made in laundering money for those stealing crypto, but a ton of risk too, like this luxury watch dealer getting jumped as they demanded his password.
So, what's the password? Wanna get killed right here?
I can't even show you this footage unblurred on YouTube, it's that bad. So I spent a week diving into this world. To get the insider scoop, I want to know how these guys were making it happen. So let me show you what I found.
They know where the money's coming from. It's no mystery.
That's Will. He's been around these scenes forever, so I reached out to him with a couple of questions. First and foremost, there's a problem spending stolen crypto. When Malone and friends in my recent video rented this 8,500 square foot Miami mansion, the landlord wasn't taking Bitcoin. They needed not just cash, but cash in a bank account for electronic transfer. This place was $62,000 a month. More than you can send by Cash App, and enough to trip anti-money laundering reports every time rent was paid. This is a real issue if you've made your millions stealing crypto, because as Andy Greenberg put in his book, Tracers in the Dark, Bitcoin is the most transparent financial system
I don't think he's
ever created,
in
because
the
every
world. I think
transaction
he's
is
in the world, but I don't
public
think he's
on the
doing the
blockchain. You
shit.
can trace where it came from, what victim it was stolen from, then follow it to the cash out point. Online exchanges like Coinbase, who at the request of subpoena will share the user's information. This is exactly how Nicholas Truglia got caught after hacking Michael Turpin for $24 million. The feds sent a subpoena to the exchange where he cashed out, and they got back a picture of an ID. It had his real face on it, but it was under the identity of a dead person. But this was enough to get him caught. Nicholas was trying to avoid know your customer protocols by using that dead person's identity. For this reason, KYC has turned into a massive problem for cybercriminals as every above-board exchange implements them. So instead, they turn to unregulated exchanges, ones that we often see people like Zach XBT cover as he monitors them for stolen cash flowing into them.
Before spending the crypto they stole, the first thing they do is try to clean the crypto. And people like Zach XBT have done full analysis breakdowns of this. They'll take the stolen crypto and they'll send it to a non-KYC exchange. And non-KYC specifically, so there's no ID or personal information required to use the exchange. And so they'll take the stolen crypto, for instance, let's say Ethereum, and they would ask for different cryptos back in different amounts than they originally sent. Let's say somebody sent $100 of Ethereum, they would get back $50 of Litecoin, $50 of Solana, and then they would continue this breakup over and over again to make that paper trail bigger and more spread out, like a giant spider web.
This is a technique known as chain hopping, and the point is that if an investigator is clicking through the ledger trying to find out where your crime proceeds ended up, unless they're privy to the fact that you've traded your stolen crypto for another type of cryptocurrency, they won't know to load up, for example, the Litecoin ledger and keep clicking through there. You do this a whole bunch of times with a whole bunch of different hops, makes it pretty hard to find out where it ended up. But still, at some point, to really spend your stolen crypto, you have to turn it into cash, and that's not the easiest thing to do. Because these no KYC mixers, they're not like normal exchanges. You can't just sell the crypto off and get cash into your bank account. Sure, if you're really brazen and confident in your mixing, you could just sell your stolen funds at this point on a KYC exchange, but tracing software is getting better and better. And because the blockchain is eternal, like we see criminals getting arrested now who committed their fraud 5 years ago because that's all still on the blockchain. So that's not an ideal strategy. So there's all these services that have cropped up that facilitate luxury goods to people paying in crypto. We're going to look into those in a second. The other aspect here is that at the highest level, the people that have stolen insane amounts of money, physical cash isn't good enough. You need cash in a bank. But if Malone was able to do it, there has to be a way. He was doing millions of dollars. I think the only way to figure this out is to go undercover. First to a forum that I've covered extensively in my videos. Hey, speaking about things that are extensive, War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made and is available now for free, so don't miss out. Check this out. Since I know where to look, I can immediately find something interesting. And it's not hitting that subscribe button, but thank you so much. On OG Users, the services.
We're skipping ahead because
like this one offering.
We're not watching this full video because it's 32,000 minutes. Damvixite announced the launch of Blank on Telegram. Explore our extensive luxury watches and jewelry now available for purchase with crypto, wire, cash, Canadian e-transfer, and in some cases even Zelle or Cash App. Jesus.
Level 1. Members.
That one's crazy. Let's see. The hidden crime in Japan. Ooh, we'll watch this
I'm
one.
sure you've seen those pesky Chinese
We'll call it after this.
international students trying their best to max out
Almost
their
at 3
performative
hours.
male stats by wearing Stussy, essentials, drinking matcha, Labubus, of course, wearing all chrome hearts, Balenciaga, Chanel, sitting in the Rolls Royce eating their Michelin star one dish, one bite meal. Well, what if I told you that all of this was actually a facade? Because they're not actually as rich as you think they are. They're actually even more rich than that. And a lot of these guys and girls enroll in what's called a socialite training course. And this socialite training course is where love, luxury, and LinkedIn have merged into the same hustle. I know, that is one crazy statement. If you think I'm exaggerating, let's just say, it's been reported that some dudes and some women pay over 30,000 RMB per class to learn this stuff. And now, what does this course offer? I'm not here to sell you a course, okay? I'm here to stray you away from this course. I'm sure none of you are gonna take this anyways, unless you've really dropped to the lowest part of society. But essentially, modern finishing schools where mostly young women and men learn everything from how to network in exclusive circles with their high-class rich. So why is this even a thing, right? In this extreme hyper-competitive dating market in China, social capital is as important as financial capital. Even here in America, you'll see people renting out Urises. In China, you'll see them renting out whole-ass skyscraper and buildings. And with marriage rates hitting the lowest of the low, a lot of women are hedging their bets. They're training themselves to look like the perfect bundle, the perfect package that you can get. Well, because guys, when love looks like it's impossible, at least you can look the part. Let's break down what exactly you do in this $30,000 course. Dining etiquette. You rehearse Western table manners. Knife in the right hand, napkin in your lap, teacup tilted at exactly 45 degrees. This is an ultimate symbol of global polish. Small talk templates. You literally get conversational scripts. How to approach a CEO, or how to casually mention your future investment portfolio on a first date. Last but not least, the most important, social media aesthetics. A lot of these trainees stage nearly identical photos, same hotel, same Dior handbag, same latte art. So congratulations.
And
by
now
the end,
AI has
you've
made it
become
so
a
much
walking
worse.
brand. You might think this is just for bored rich kids, but actually, the clientele is surprisingly diverse. Many of them are mid-20s women with decent incomes who see etiquette training as a way to upgrade their marriage prospects. Others are ambitious small business owners hoping to break into elite networks. And yes, some men do this too, mostly to learn how to signal status. In short, if you've got cash, there's a syllabus with your name on it. Let's talk about the business model. We got flow of training, which goes to WeChat groups, which finally goes to Mixer invites. Here's where it gets a bit both genius and a little predatory. You don't just pay for the class, you pay for access. Some trainers even boast about their contact lists about CEOs and investors. I mean, what's the point of learning perfect posture if no one is there to admire it? So yes, it's basically Tinder, but if Tinder charged $4,000 upfront and made you rehearse your profile in real life. Although they don't know how to create wealth, they surely know how to show it off. The term Fu Er Dai refers to trust fund kids, and it's become one of the most hated group in China. But that didn't stop them from getting millions of followers on Weibo. If I were beef, I would only be Wagyu. Andy Guo, an 18-year-old Chinese immigrant, loves driving his red Lamborghini Huracan. Does not love having to share the car with his twin brother, Anki. How lucky do you have to be to even have...
I hear Hermes at the door. Okay, we're gonna call it. I hear him clawing at things. Bubba's, what are we doing? I hear him. I'll read Doodleburb. I'm raiding and run, guys. Can you guys tell Doodleburb I'm sorry to raid and run. Have fun making choices. Bye. Give Hermes belly rubs. I will. He needs to go for a walk. I gotta take him out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.